From this video, we are going to start next chapter from electrophysics, that is magnetic fields due to electric current. First, in this chapter, we will see what is meant by magnetic force. I will explain here the concept of magnetic force. Then, what is meant by Lorentz force. After this, I will explain here what is cyclotron motion. Which motion is the cyclotron motion? And then, after that, we are going to see one device called cyclotron accelerator. First, I will explain here what is magnetic force. What is magnetic force? See what is meant by magnetic force? In electrostatics, we have seen that when charge is taken in electric field, suppose this is the electric field, electric charge is taken in this electric field, plus Q charge is taken. Whether it is stationary or in motion, you will observe that on that electric charge, always force acts due to that electric field. And this force, we have seen that it is always Q times E. In vector form, it is vector F equal to Q times vector E. This we already studied in the chapter electrostatics. In this chapter, first we are going to see what is magnetic force. What is magnetic force? To understand this magnetic force, instead of electric field, take uniform magnetic field. So this is uniform magnetic field. In this uniform magnetic field, there is an electric charge. This electric charge is in motion. So that the charge is moving in this direction. This is the direction of its velocity. This charge is in motion. It is moving in the given direction. This is the direction of its velocity. Direction of magnetic field is this. This is the direction of magnetic field. It is seen that when electric charge moves in magnetic field, when electric charge moves in magnetic field, force acts on that electric charge. Force acts on that electric charge. This force acting on electric charge, which is in motion in magnetic field, is called magnetic force. What is magnetic force? The force acting on moving electric charge in magnetic field. This is plus Q charge. It is moving in this magnetic field. Magnetic field is uniform. The velocity of this electric charge is v, and it is shown in the figure in the form of vector. When the charge is present at this point, the direction of magnetic field is this. Direction of velocity is this. Here, the magnetic force acting on this electric charge, it is given by magnetic force acting on this electric charge, it is given by, denoted by Fm, M for magnetic force, vector Fm. This magnetic force is always Q times the cross product of velocity vector and magnetic field vector. How much is this force? It is Q times the cross product of velocity vector and magnetic field vector. This is called magnetic force. Mathematical form of magnetic force. It is the cross product of these two vectors. You have already studied what is cross product. When we take cross product of any two vector, the resultant vector that we get is always perpendicular to individual vector. Therefore, we can see that here, this magnetic force vector, the force acting on this electric charge in the form of vector, magnetic force vector. You will find that this magnetic force vector is perpendicular to both velocity vector and magnetic field vector. It is perpendicular to both velocity vector and magnetic field vector. As this force is Q times cross product of this velocity vector and magnetic field vector, we can find the direction of this magnetic force. We can find the direction of this magnetic force using right-hand rule. In cross product, to get the direction of resultant vector, we use always right-handed triplet. Here, to find the direction of this magnetic force, use right-hand rule. What is this right-hand rule? Take 3 fingers of right hand, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, perpendicular to each other. Then, consider any 2 consecutive fingers, either this or this, thumb and then forefinger, or forefinger and this middle finger, or middle finger and this thumb. Consider one cyclic order in these 3 fingers. Take 2 consecutive fingers, so that this finger represents, forefinger represents direction of velocity vector. Then this middle finger represents the direction of magnetic field vector. Then this thumb will give you the direction of force acting on that electric charge. This is the right-hand rule. We can decide the direction of magnetic force acting on moving electric charge with the help of right-hand rule. If we use here the definition of cross product, we can write this vector Fm Q into V into sine theta into unit vector M, where theta is angle between these two vectors. Where theta is angle between these two vectors, and this unit vector n, of course, it is in a perpendicular direction to velocity vector and magnetic field vector. so that there is a formation of right-handed triplet. Means right hand rule should get satisfied. In magnitude we can write this magnetic force Q into V into B into sine theta. Magnitude of unit vector is 1. Therefore, in magnitude, you will get this magnetic force Q into V into B into sine theta. As the maximum value of sine function is 1 for theta equal to 90 degree, we can say that the maximum magnetic force acts on the charged particle. Maximum magnetic force acts on electric charge only when it moves in a perpendicular direction to magnetic field. When maximum magnetic force acts on electric charge, the maximum magnetic force will act on electric charge only when it moves perpendicular to magnetic field. And this maximum magnetic force, we can write from this equation how much? It is equal to Q into V into B. This is maximum magnetic force acting on electric charge. As this magnetic force is Q into V into B, we can write here B is equal to Fm upon Q into V. Fm upon Q into V. From this mathematical form for magnetic field, we can decide the units for magnetic field. Unit for force is Newton. Unit for charge is Coulomb. And unit for velocity is meter per second. Therefore, unit for magnetic field, you will get Newton into second upon Coulomb into meter. And also we can find dimensions for magnetic field from this mathematical form. This is magnetic force means what? Here remember that if electric charge moves in parallel direction to that of magnetic field, if electric charge moves in a direction of magnetic field or parallel to the direction of magnetic field, means when the angle between velocity vector and magnetic field vector comes equal to 0 or 180 degree, no force acts on that electric charge. You will get magnetic force acting on this electric charge 0. When we get magnetic force acting on electric charge 0, if the electric charge is moving parallel to the direction of magnetic field. If electric charge is moving parallel to the direction of magnetic field, then we get magnetic force acting on that electric charge 0. Here, this force is perpendicular to velocity vector. It is the cross product of these two. Therefore, it is perpendicular to this velocity vector. If force is perpendicular to velocity vector, it comes perpendicular to displacement vector also. It comes perpendicular to displacement vector also. And whenever force comes perpendicular to displacement vector, the angle between force and displacement vector is 90 degree. The work done by that force comes equal to 0. Work done is always the dot product of force and displacement vector. Here, you will find that there is no work done by this magnetic force on electric charge. as the angle between magnetic force and displacement vector comes equal to 90 degree. There is no work done by magnetic force on electric charge. As there is no work done by magnetic force on electric charge, the magnitude of velocity of electric charge means speed of electric charge remains same in magnetic field. There is no change in the speed of electric charge. Only what changes here? The direction of motion of that charged particle changes. Due to this magnetic force, we will find that direction of motion of charged particle changes in magnetic field. There is no work done. This is all about magnetic force means what? Now after this, I will explain here what is cyclotron motion. And then we are going to see one device called cyclotron accelerator. What is this cyclotron motion? See, what is this cyclotron motion? Consider uniform magnetic field. Suppose that the direction of this magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of paper and outward. Direction of this uniform magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of paper and outward. We always represent such a magnetic field with the help of dots as shown in figure. This is uniform magnetic field whose direction is perpendicular to the plane of figure and outward. Outward means towards you and perpendicular to this plane. In such a magnetic field, consider that electric charge Q is moving in a perpendicular direction. So that electric charge is moving in upward direction. For such a magnetic field, this upward direction is perpendicular. What will the direction of magnetic force acting on this electric charge? To find this direction, use right hand rule. I am taking consider electric charge here. And is moving in upward direction. Apply right hand rule to get the direction of force acting on this electric charge. See that this forefinger, and directed this forefinger towards this velocity. This forefinger represents velocity vector. This middle finger represents direction of p bar, which is outward towards you. Thumb will represent the direction of force acting on this electric charge. The force is perpendicular to velocity. Its direction will come here along the radius of circular path. Direction of this force will come along the radius of circular path. Means this force acts as a centripetal force here. Whenever the direction of force comes perpendicular to the direction of velocity, it plays the role of centripetal force. Here magnetic force acts as the centripetal force. And due to this centripetal force, this electric charge, it rotates, it moves in this magnetic field in circular path. In circular path. This circular path, followed by this electric charge, in uniform magnetic field, is nothing but cyclotron motion. Is nothing but cyclotron motion. Here, the magnetic force acting on the electric charge is maximum as velocity is exactly perpendicular to magnetic field vector. Therefore, we get Fm into V into B. Fm into V into B. But this Fm magnetic force, it plays the role of centripetal force here. Therefore, we can equate this Fm with mv square by r. With mv square by r. So that r is the radius of this circular path. R is the radius of this circular path. Then this centripetal force, it is given by mv square by r. Equating this mv square by r with q into v into b, cancel this one velocity. We get from this mv equal to q into b into r. That is, linear momentum of charged particle comes q into b into r. This p is equal to q into b into r, or mv equal to q into b into r is called cyclotron formula. See how we obtain this cyclotron formula? Just by equating maximum magnetic force with centripetal force. This is called cyclotron motion. Now after this, we are going to see here details about one device called cyclotron accelerator. What is this cyclotron accelerator? What is this cyclotron accelerator? See, it is such a device which is used in some medical equipment where for treatment we require high energetic charged particles. It is also used in nuclear reactor to carry out some nuclear reaction where there is a requirement of high energetic charged particle. How is this cyclotron accelerator? First we will see construction and then working. This cyclotron accelerator, it consists of two semicircular hollow metal chambers. Hollow metal chambers called these. Kept in front of each other. Kept in front of each other as shown in figure. These are the two hollow semicircular metal chambers called these. So this is D1 and this is D2. Second D. These two metal chambers means D. They are connected to source of alternating EMF. Source of alternating EMF means AC source. We have applied here AC potential across these two semicircular metal chambers called T. AC source is that source in which we observe that the polarity changes periodically. For certain interval, this end becomes plus and this end becomes minus. For next certain interval, time interval, this end becomes minus and this end becomes plus. Such a source is AC source, alternating source. These are connected to the source of alternating EMF. There are two magnets or two magnetic poles so that we can apply here magnetic field. How? Perpendicular to the plane of T. Magnetic field is taken, magnetic field is applied here, perpendicular to the plane of T with the help of two strong magnetic poles as shown in figure. To this 1D, there is a hole. 1D has a hole from which high energy charge particle can exit, can come out from that machine, can come out from that device. You can say window. Hole is there to one of the D. These are the two D, D1 and D2. There is a hole to one of the D. We have shown this hole to this D2, D2. Now, how is the working of this device? This is the construction. Simple construction is there. Again, I will explain construction. This cyclotron accelerator, it consists of two semicircular hollow metal chambers called T, as shown in figure. This is D1 and this is D2. These two Ds are connected to the source of alternating EMF. To one of the D, there is a hole or window in order to eject charged particle from that window. And a perpendicular magnetic field is applied with the help of two magnetic poles as shown in figure. Now how is the working? So that we have to accelerate some positive ion. Take that positive ion at the center of these two Ds. There is a space in between these two Ds. Okay? That positive ion, which is to be accelerated exactly at the center of that two Ds. And now apply alternating electric field. Apply alternating electric field. So that in the beginning, this end gets positive polarity and this end gets negative polarity. Means D2 comes at positive polarity, D1 comes at negative polarity. Electric field is there in between these two Ds, whose direction is from D2 to D1. In this electric field, this positive ion is present, positive charge is present. Therefore, on this positive charge, on this positive ion, a force will act. And due to this force, this positive ion will enter in D1. It will move towards this D1. As soon as this positive ion takes the entry in D1, now magnetic force acts on that positive charge due to the magnetic field produced by these two pole pieces. The direction of magnetic field is this. It is perpendicular to the plane of D. Direction of magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of D. Means when this charged particle enters in D1, the direction of velocity comes perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Therefore, the magnetic force acting on this charged particle plays the role of centripetal force. Due to this magnetic force, this charged particle, it performs circular path in this D1. It performs circular path in this D1. And then comes out from that D1. When this charged particle comes out from this D1, the polarity of this D changes. Now D1 becomes positive, D2 becomes negative. Means again, electric field is set up here in between these two Ds in a direction from D1 to D2. Means again on this electric charge, force will act in a direction from D1 to D2. Due to this force, the charge enters into D2. And here, due to magnetic force, it performs circular path. It performs circular path. Due to magnetic force. Here, when second time force acts due to electric field on that charged particle, we observe that the charged particle gets accelerated there because more force is acting on that charged particle now. In this way, the charged particle will complete circular path in the second D2. When it comes out of this D2 At the same instant here, again polarity changes. This becomes positive, this becomes negative, means on this electric charge, force act due to electric field in a direction from D2 to D1. Due to this force, this charge takes entry in the D1, and due to magnetic force, it performs circular path in this D1. This process continues here. This process continues periodically. Finally, when charged particle move in a circular path with a radius equal to radius of the D, we find that the charged particle get ejected from the window. This charged particle hits the target. At this moment, the energy gained by that charged particle will be maximum. This charged particle is highly accelerated so that it can carry out desired nuclear reaction. This is the working of this cyclotron accelerator. Now, here we will find mathematical expression for the velocity of this charged particle. Then we will find mathematical expression for period of this charged particle. From that we can find frequency of this cyclotron also. And from the expression of velocity, we can find maximum kinetic energy gained by the charged particle. Here charged particle is performing cyclotron motion. Therefore, we can write mv square by r equal to q into b into v. Cancel this one v from both sides. From this we get velocity equal to q into b into r upon m. This is equation 1. This is the expression for the velocity of charged particle which is revolving in this cyclotron in a circular path of radius r. Now, we can find period using distance upon velocity. Period means time taken by the charged particle to perform complete revolution in both the D. That is period. Take T 2 pi upon V. Put this value of V here. We get 2 pi R upon Q B R upon M. This R get cancelled. We get 2 pi M upon Q. Period is 2 pi M upon Q B. This is the expression for period. Reciprocal of period is nothing but frequency. Therefore, we can write expression for frequency. It is 1 upon T. You get QB upon 2 pi M. This is expression for the frequency of cyclotron. Now, what is the maximum kinetic energy? This is the velocity of that charged particle when it revolves in a circular path of radius r. From this equation we get maximum velocity QBR upon M, where capital R is the radius of this D. When charged particle revolve in a radius equal to that of d, of course, the velocity of that charged particle will be maximum and the energy gained by the charged particle is also maximum. Therefore, maximum kinetic energy we can write half mv square maximum. That is half m q square b square r square upon m square. Cancel one m, you will get q square b square r square upon twice m. This is the maximum kinetic energy of this charged particle in cyclotron. This is all about cyclotron accelerator. Next part of this chapter I will take in next video.